So this is Jacob, and this is his house of fashion. You got a short tour, but this is the guy.
Oh, well, okay.
So Jacob, what made you go into designing?
It's a long story. I've been doing this for 45 years.
Oh wow.
So you can tell I'm 35 now.
Yes.
And I just, it's a gift I believe I was born with, and I thank God for it every day. I wasn't accepted in fashion school growing up. I'm an artist in my heart. So they didn't accept me like in art school or fashion school. So I developed for myself.
Wow.
All the techniques that you see here is my own techniques, and I do this for 45 years, and I'm blessed to tell people I've done all this without going to fashion school.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now, who was someone that you dressed that blew your mind, that shocked even you?
Wow, I mean, I arrived here 39 years ago
Oh
to
wow.
Los Angeles from Israel, from Jerusalem, and with a dream to work with the biggest stars in Hollywood. And I was blessed enough to have met, like, back in the days, Michael Jackson and Prince
Oh
and
wow.
Cher and Madonna, even Elizabeth Taylor
Wow.
and Liberace. So I was like, blessed enough to meet all these people and work with them. And to be honest, every time I met one of them, it was like, wow.
Oh.
So I can, pinpoint one or another.
Okay.
To this day, I have like the new artists coming in, and they're like, wow, I'm so glad, I'm so blessed to meet you guys. And yeah.
Yeah, because one of the things I found so amazing with your stuff, you don't have fast fashion. This is you. These are your designs, and they're unique pieces.
Yes.
They're art. This is really art.
It's wearable art. That's what I do, and it's like that's my own museum here. It's my personal museum.
It is. It is. I mean, each piece, you have
Thank
to
you.
stare at it for a while because there's so much to see
Thank
in
you.
each piece.
Thank you.
Now, you said you came here 39. You started doing the fashion 39 years ago?
Yeah, I came here in 1986.
Okay.
Yes.
And when you started here, what was your driving force to make, because you said it's what you wanted to do and it was your passion, but what really pushed you the rest of the way?
What really pushed me is like I had a dream, and to come here with a dream is not enough. You have to really get up in the morning and do what you do, and like I've been working. I don't call it work actually. I just I never worked a day in my life. That's what I say.
Aww.
So everything I've done is like because I love what I do, and I think God gives you all the chances and all the right path when you have that drive and you believe in God and you have faith. And He brought good people my way
Yes.
since I started.
I believe that.
So that's my driving force.
Aw, that's nice. Now, if you had anything you would never leave home without, what would it be?
I ask the question.
What would you never leave home without? What is something you never leave home without? Like, I never leave home
Oh,
without
no,
my
no.
phone or my lipstick.
I never leave home without thanking God and smile.
Aw, and that's true because every time I see you're smiling.
I love life.
Yeah, even backstage for that last show I seen you at, you were
I love
just
life and I
glowing.
smile, but of course I leave home thanking God and smiling to the world.
I love that. Now, I have another question for you, and this is going to be for the models that want to grow in the industry.
Yes.
For these new models coming in, what is some advice you'd give them to really stand out?
Well, number one thing is like they all have to get along. You're not more beautiful than the next one and the next one, the next one. Everyone should look and like help each other backstage. They're all beautiful.
Yes.
Short, tall, skinny, fat, whatever. They're all beautiful girls. You don't have to feel you're better than the other. You need to come to a fashion show being prepared.
Oh, what's prepared?
Prepared is like, they should know that to come with like the right pairs of shoes. They cannot afford well, the truth is every one of these girls can afford 4 simple, very inexpensive shoes, like 4 different colors. I tell it to everyone, you should come with like 4 pairs of shoes, the right heels, most probably with a platform, that you know that like it's like nice, sexy heels. It needs to be like with a black heel, silver, nude, and gold. This to have 4 different colors and choices to match some of the clothing.
Makes
I
sense.
try most of the time to bring the shoes to the show for the girls. I don't always have all the sizes, but I bring some shoes to the shows to show the girls. They need to come with undergarments, like in a nude and maybe a black one. And you know, minimal makeup. They don't have to put makeup. They don't have to come like they're going to, you know, a club. Even though when they go to clubs, sometimes they put too much makeup.
Yeah.
So they need to come with a minimal makeup, like wash their hair, come like makeup ready, hair ready. Everybody knows me in the industry in the past 39 years. I ask to just put minimal makeup on the models because my stuff is like so, you know, overwhelming almost.
Yes.
Like really
Yes.
too much going on. So they really need to put like minimal makeup. I make sure I love red lipstick on the model. So I make sure like the red lipstick bring all the picture alive and it's beautiful. But everything else needs to be like minimal.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. And you told me you've been doing this for a while. You got to meet some of the people I've never met. Who is somebody that actually you dressed that wanted to keep what you put them in? And maybe you even gave it to them or...
Well, I mean, like you know, I've been working with many of the big stars, like, you know, since day one. The one that I keep working with, like, closely, and they're like family to me, is like Deborah Cox.
Oh.
Toni Braxton, she's, you know, I love these girls. They're like family to me. I worked with J-Lo for 25 years since the beginning.
I see a lot of her stuff in here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love J-Lo, and I think she's very powerful. She's an incredible entertainer. She is beyond incredible actress. Yeah, and like, you know, of course I work with Nicki Minaj and like, you know, and with Cardi B and Shakira and like so many.
Yeah.
Beyonce, like since the beginning.
Yeah. Well, speaking of Beyonce, let's take a look.
That's a Queen Bee tour.
Oh, and so you dressed her. This
Yeah.
is, I love that. I love that piece. I love that whole look. The hair, and
beautiful,
it's that
yeah.
red lipstick, like you said. You don't need a whole lot because,
this.
yeah, that shows it all. Now, you said you have something coming up. What do you have coming up?
So my new project now is like, it's worldwide. I started like, you know, October 20th was like my first big event here to introduce the project, which is Fashion for Peace. I teamed up with like some people from the UN.
Okay.
My friend April Sutton, she used to be like in BT Entertainment. She was a reporter. She was very close to Michael Jackson, by the way,
Oh,
for
wow.
35 years. Now she's a UN ambassador.
Nice.
So we came up with the idea of Fashion for Peace because they asked me, what's next for you?
Yes.
That was like 2 years ago. We came up with the idea and we started working on towards this. And now I'm like traveling the world doing Fashion for Peace.
Wow.
So the next stop will be like Armenia, Yerevan, and then Abu Dhabi, Dubai, and so on and so on.
That's going to be amazing.
Thank you.
That's why I'm so happy I caught you here. Because I know you're traveling, you're really busy.
Yes.
And because you're bi-coastal and you're around the world,
Yes.
you're up a little later.
Yes,
So
and I'm so happy I'm here to meet you because I haven't seen you for a while. And,
I know.
yeah. I'm
Yeah.
very excited.
Yeah. And you were someone that I linked up with and I never forgot you. So I would pop in every now and again. COVID came and I hadn't been back. So
Right.
this is beautiful to see. I think seeing you at the fashion show last year just awoke everything in me and made me say, gosh, he's still here. And I appreciate that because you don't have, again, I'm going to say it, you don't have the fast fashion.
No.
And that's something to be appreciated. I think that we see a lot of, you know, buy it real quick, throw it away real fast.
Yeah, that's the world turned to that way. And like, you know, and again, like I respect and appreciate everyone. That's not me.
No, it's not. Thank
For me,
God it's
like,
not.
You know, my museum pieces, like, you know, when I put this on just a regular person or like an artist on stage, I know it's a statement.
Yes.
And not only that, it's the quality of it too. Like, it's not something you wear once and throw it away. And like, you know, I respect the rest of it, like, you know, around the world, but it's not me.
I thank God it's not you, because that kind of keeps you at an elite platform, in my opinion.
Thank you.
Because all those elite names that we knew from when until now, there's very few that's still here right now that you can talk to and touch. You're tangible. We can pop in and see that you have the fashion house, which is the museum.
Thank you.
This is your place. And for those that don't know, this is really, really, really a place. And you'd have to come in. And do they have to come in by an appointment only, or?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
you know, in the past 20 years, we changed everything here to an appointment only because I can cater to everyone.
Yeah.
When you come here, it's like, as you can tell, like, you know, it's almost overwhelming to see everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I cannot have, like, you know, like 3, 4, 5 people at a time. So we changed that. We closed the doors and by appointment only. I want to give the experience to everyone that comes
Yes.
in.
An experience is what you will get. Look at that.
Thank you.
And I noticed you had someone else I like. You had Reba McEntire with the
love
jackets.
Reba.
She's one of my favorites.
I dressed Reba for 20 years. And Dolly Parton and Carrie Underwood, they're like, you know, those are the biggest stars in the country music.
Yes, they are.
yeah.
Yes. Well, next time you dress Dolly, if she's having a concert, you have to tell her you have someone you have to bring, which is me. I have to be
love
there.
Dolly. Oh my God.
Yes, me too. I think she's the sweetest
She
person in
is
country.
Her, personal designer and assistant and best friend, and is a good friend of mine, Steve.
Oh,
Incredible people. Incredible
nice.
people. What a blessing.
Yes. Well, I appreciate you, and I have one more question, and you didn't know this was coming, so I'm going to give you a minute to think about it. So the question I'm going to ask you is, Met Gala, who wore it best?
Again, like, Met Gala is a different ball game.
Mm-hmm.
There's 2 things I want to say, actually 3 things.
Uh-oh.
There were like some nice outfits and some dresses. I feel like they keep repeating the same big designers because they pay money to be in Met Gala. I think Met Gala should be, you know, I work with a lot of charities for the past 35 years. I think all this money that's given to Met Gala to participate should be given to a lot of these charities like breast cancer,
Oh,
kids
wow.
with leukemia, Down syndrome. I believe that should be the cause.
Wow.
Nothing else. I can use the fashion as a platform. If designers paying money to be in that, event, it should be like, you know, going clearly all to charities. A lot of people can use the help.
Yes.
And those are the charities I'm involved with, like in the past 35 years. And I think that should be the cause, not bring like all this fashion. Not to mention, like, you know, the big designers, they should step aside for a second and give some room to the new designers, because there's so many beautiful, talented people around the world.
Yes.
That should have a chance. So I think it's that's what I have to say about this in so many ways.
Yes.
And people can really get all the information out of what I'm saying.
Yes.
In different avenues in life.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you're right. There are so many new designers
Absolutely.
up and coming that are making statements, and we're
Absolutely.
seeing them on social media now.
Yes,
So
yes.
they're easier to see and to touch because they're there.
Absolutely.
So so your answer was nothing. You're you're like, no one wore it best because they need to go another direction.
They could wear best or whatever, but like again, it's not, to me, it's just another, you know, another parade of, like, you know, all these big designers that it's, to me, it's already boring.
Okay.
Sorry, but it's boring.
Okay.
Yes.
That's the same thing someone else said. I didn't expect you to say that, but we got the right answer because that was the honest answer.
Absolutely.
Well, I appreciate you. I'm with Models Talk. This is Kellyanne. You guys have just met Jacob. He's in North Hollywood.
No, we're on Melrose.
Melrose, that's right. You're on Melrose, and I'm saying North Hollywood. But this is the place, appointment only, and this man has been here, and I can't praise his work enough and his heart.
God bless you. Thank you, Kellyanne. Thank you for coming.
You're welcome. I'm sorry. Jacob is doing what he does best, which is showcase his amazing line. Models Talk backstage, looking at Jacob's line. Jacob, what encouraged you to do this show?
Oh my God. It's long overdue. I wanted to do a Fashion Week LA. And it's going to be a while before I do another one, to be honest.
Well, we're grateful that you're doing this one.
I love it, and it's beautiful. I love everyone here. It's beautiful.
Thank you, Jacob.
Thank you, Models Talk. Look how many beautiful models you have here tonight.